Yes, let's hear also our distinguished Chairman Benny Abante.
Is this in line with the
Yes.
argument of
Madam
the
Chair,
Honorable Rodriguez?
Perhaps, with due respect to my good friend, Congressman Rufus, no, perhaps I could be able to correct the impression here. This committee is not to impeach the Vice President. It is to hear the impeachment complaint against the Vice President. This is not to impeach. This committee is not to impeach. Gusto ko pong i-correct yan sapagkat baka sabihin ng taong bayan na tayo rito, nakakaisang impeach na ang Vice President. This is to hear the impeachment complaint, Madam Chair.
With 54 votes in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, and 0 abstention, the Chair declares the sufficiency in substance of Sabala et al. Impeachment complaint. So ruled.
Malinaw po na ang pagwawaldas sa confidential funds ay napakalaking kasalanan sa taong bayan na pinanggagalingan ng kaban ng bayan. Kung matunayan na ang pinuno ng isang ahensya ay involved sa modus na ito, malinaw na pagwawalang bahala ito sa tungkulin na gamitin ng tapat ang pera ng bayan. Ang ganitong paglabag sa tiwala ng publiko ay nagpapakita na hindi na siya karapat-dapat manatili sa katungkulan. So again, the second ground sufficiently meets the requirement of sufficient in substance, given those narration of facts na inugnay ko nga po doon sa mga constitutional offenses supposedly committed. Thank you.
To start our deliberation, we recognize the Honorable Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ground number 2 is totally outside the jurisdiction of this impeachment court. Section 2 of Article 11 enumerates the officials that will be impeached. I cannot see here the Secretary of DepEd to be impeached. In other words, Madam Chair, these allegations about actuations of Vice President Sara as a duly appointed Secretary of Education is not within the jurisdiction of an impeachment court. We're not impeaching here a Secretary of Education. In fact, Madam Chair, it is very clear that once you are able to, we'll see there are some grounds of the Vice President to be able to be tried in the Senate, it is only a removal from office of the Vice President and perpetual disqualification. In the case of the second ground, specifically, it talks about actions of the confidential funds in the Department of Education. Madam Chair, the Executive Order 292 of the late President Cory Aquino under his legislative powers in 1987 provides that the office of the Vice President is totally different from the office of the Secretary of a department. We have here, very clear, I have here, you can see here, Book 2, Distribution of Powers of Government. What does it say? Here, executive, exercise of executive power, the President. It is vested in the President. And Section 12, the Vice President also shall have the same qualification and so forth of the President, and he will be it is he here, but it should be genders equal, may be removed from office in the same manner as the President. So this is under Book 2, Chapter 3. Now, we go to the Secretary of Education. Where is he found? It is on Book 4. Book 4 provides for the executive branch. The departments, it says here, Section 1, the executive branch shall have departments. as are necessary for the functional distribution of the work of the President for the performance of function. Section 3, Department proper. The department is run by the Secretary. Madam Chair, all of this will show that there is a dichotomy, a separation of the Vice President when he was appointed without need of confirmation. Then that is another duty of hers. And we are not here going to try the Vice President as Secretary of Education. We are only here to try his actuations in the office of the Vice President, wherein removal in case of impeachment could be ruled by the Senate. And therefore, Madam Chair, clearly, according to our rules which says, determination of substance is met when there's a recital of facts constituting the offense charge, and there is an and here, and determinative of the jurisdiction of the committee. Determinative of the jurisdiction. What is jurisdiction of our committee? Impeachment is an impeachment now committee to impeach. The charges are to impeach the Vice President as provided by our Constitution. So therefore, not only is there a lack of recital of the facts, what is important here is that this round 2 is not determinative of the jurisdiction. So everything here, from 2 up to 6, which pertains to the Secretary of Education, should be ousted and dismissed immediately for being not within the jurisdiction of this committee. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The chair wishes
Chair.
to raise a question to the Honorable Rodriguez.
Madam Chair.
This is for the sake of expounding our exchanges of argument. Honorable Rodriguez, does the Vice President cease from becoming such the moment she assumes the position of Secretary of Education?
Madam Chair, she does not cease, but then she holds another office separate from the office of the Vice President. And the Constitution is clear. In fact, it's only the President, Vice President, the Supreme Court. In fact, the very purpose of impeachment is to remove these high officials. In fact, the Secretary of Education, she resigned already. How can we proceed with hearing allegations on the Secretary of Education?
Madam Chair.
No, Madam Chair. So therefore, yes, let's hear also our distinguished Chairman Penny Abante.
Madam
Is this
Chair.
in line with the
Yes.
argument of
Madam
the
Chair.
Honorable Rodriguez?
Perhaps, with due respect to my good friend, Congressman Rufus, perhaps I could be able to correct the impression here. This committee is not to impeach the Vice President. It is to hear the impeachment complaint against the Vice President. This is not to impeach. This committee is not to impeach. Gusto ko pong i-correct yan sapagkat baka sabihin ng taong bayan na tayo rito, nagkakaisang impeach na ang Vice President. This is to hear the impeachment complaint, Madam Chair.
At this juncture, we are calling the Honorable De Lima for her comment to the manifestation of the Honorable Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I respectfully disagree with the main contention that the alleged acts attributed to the Vice President concurrently holding the DepEd portfolio cannot be taken cognizance of by this committee. Clear po, concurrently, in concurrent capacity. So kaya nga po, there was the bypassing of CA confirmation precisely because she is a Vice President. No need to go through the confirmation by the CA. We're talking here as one person, same person, si VP Sara, as both the Vice President and the DepEd Secretary. And we can also say that this is also part of the pattern, the scheme, in those that we allege, the complainants allege to be attributable to the VP, is also attributable to her in her concurrent capacity as DepEd Secretary because nga, nandyan yung modus. It's the same modus. So we cannot separate the personalities of VPs of Sara Duterte as VP and also as concurrent capacity in those years that she was DepEd Secretary. Because nga, concurrent nga, we are talking here about same person. And we need to look into what is clear to be modus, the scheme, the pattern of her irregular acts constitutive of impeachable offenses.
Thank you. Any other member? The Honorable Suntay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I completely agree with my distinguished colleague, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez. Constitution is very clear in its enumeration of impeachable officers. The Secretary of Education is not one of them. The actions of the Vice President as the Vice President of the Philippines is separate and distinct from her actions as Secretary of Education. But assuming for any stretch of imagination that we find the thing one and the same, the complaint alleges the exchange of money exchanging hands, but it does not allege any wrongdoing or illegal act. Kasi yung narration, sinabi lang, napunta, binigay dito. But that's the very nature of confidential funds. It's money changing hands, being distributed. And in all those narrations, we cannot simply assume na and simply conclude that the funds was actually went to the Vice President and became for her for her enjoyment. So I think that is a conclusion kasi doon sa narration sinabi napunta kay whoever, kung kani-kaninong mga tao. Kung kay VP directly at sinasabi natin siya ay nagpa-withdraw, bakit kailangan pa umikot yung pera kung siya sa kanya rin pupunta? There is nothing in the complaint that states that it was used illegally. What is present is a conclusion made that it was used illegally. We cannot simply say that it went to VP Sara for her personal gain. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, Madam Chair. Natutuwa lang ako sa binanggit ni Congressman Suntay na palaging sinusuportahan ko yan pag-eleksyon. At kahit na ganyan siya, susuportahan ko pa rin yan sa eleksyon. Pero ito po nga sabihin ko sinasabi nila, sabi si Congressman Rufus, talagang mabira, makaibigan kami niyan Nasabi po nila na distinct, di ba? Hindi pwedeng akusahan si Vice President doon sa nagastos niya sa Beliging Secretary of Education Department. Well, mabibigyan na lang po ako ng ilustrasyon. Logic lang po ito. Yung dalawang kamay natin. For example, ito yung Vice President, ito yung Secretary of Education. Ito yung perang binigay sa Secretary of Education na kasama ng kamay ng Vice President. Ang tanong ko ito, sino ba nag-iisip? Isa lang ang utak Wala namang utak yung isang kamay. Sa isang kamay, isang utak lang po ang nagpapagana rito. Yun ang pong sabihin.
I hope everybody heard the analogy.